Hey, what's happening? I'm Coach Ryan Finley from the Fat Loss Solution. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about low carb diets. Low carb diets are all the rage these days. Heck, I even promote it for a lot of people. There is a problem with low carb diets, however. You can't do them for too long. A low carb diet is not a long-term solution. It's a short-term fix, okay? So the main premise behind the low carb diet is to build your insulin sensitivity. So insulin is the hormone that drives fuel into cells. So it drives glucose into muscle cells. It also drives glucose into fat cells. So if you're insulin sensitive, you tend to hold more of it in your muscle tissue, whereas if you're insulin resistant, you tend to hold it more in your fat tissue. So the goal of a low carb diet is to reduce the amount of insulin you're putting out so that you become more sensitive to it and you can use carbs more effectively. Now, the pancreatic beta cells are the cells that secrete insulin. These little buggers can kick their feet up, pop open a cold beer, and get lazy on you if you go on a low carb diet for too long. They can get absolutely lazy and really struggle with producing the correct amount of insulin. So if you go on a low carb diet for too long, you actually can make yourself more insulin resistant. So you're actually hurting yourself with the very thing you're trying to fix. So what's the recommendation? What's the bottom line with this? I don't like to do low carb for any more than 6 months in a row. So let's say you are 400 pounds, you've got a ton of weight to lose, you start on a low carb diet, and after 6 months of your low carb diet, you go from 400 pounds to 350 pounds. Well, now it's time to introduce some carbs back in your diet. And you know what? You may gain a little bit more weight. You may go up to 360 pounds. Hold steady with the carbs for a few more months and then initiate another 6-month low carb phase. Never, ever, ever go longer than 6 months of low carbs. What do I mean by low carb? Lower than 20% of your daily calorie intake. Any lower than that, it's too low to do for long periods of time. Hope that makes sense. I'm Coach Ryan Finley from the Fat Loss Solution. I'll see you next time.